just a schedule. You know, we have to be the same team home or away. You know, it's a great thing to play in front of our fans. You know, I know that the student section is going to, you know, have a lot of energy every single game. But the true test of our team, you know, will come when we start to play, you know, games on the road. And so that time's a little ways from now. So I don't necessarily worry about that. I just worry about getting better every single day. But, you know, nothing's guaranteed, and we have to be at our best every single night that we play.
This is the first time you played Miami in 2 seasons, but I believe the end of the current contract. What do you hope for in the future with Miami?
Well, I'd like to continue to play them. I don't know if we're going to go up there, to be very honest. There aren't too many teams in our conference that play home and home series against, you know, MAC schools. I think Temple's done it a little bit because that was a football contract, but, you know, we have to do what's best for Xavier, and we'll continue to do that.
Traditionally, when you guys do play Miami, it's always you know, a knockdown, drag-out kind of game, low scoring. You know, they're 0-2, but do you anticipate that kind of game tomorrow night with them?
No, I don't think it'll be a low scoring affair. I think, you know, a couple factors. Number one, games and the way they've been officiated obviously is a big change this year. And then secondly, Coach Coles is not their coach anymore, and so they play a little bit differently both on offense and defense. You know, Coach Cooper is in a transitional period where he's trying to implement his system. They're more of an up and down type team. They have post players that will face you, shoot from the perimeter and drive you. And then on defense, they like to play both zone and man. So that's a difference for me as a coach. Our players aren't necessarily very familiar with Miami just simply because, you know, like Shannon mentioned, we haven't played them, you know, in a few years.
Reggie Johnson is leading the MAC in scoring and has had 2 really good games so far. How much is, you know, playing good defense on him integral to what you want to do against them? Well,
it's a big challenge. You know, Reggie's a guy that really knows how to play. You know, he's got a full arsenal. He can shoot the floater. He's great with the hesitation dribble. He's shooting the ball really well from the three-point line. He's playing with a lot of confidence. You know, he's a big challenge and one that our perimeter players are going to have to be very well aware of tomorrow night.
You've mentioned, even on your Twitter account, about the student section here at X and how special it's been recently. How much has it changed in your time from student athlete here to now the head coach, you know, kind of the way the game day atmosphere here feels here at X?
Well, the venue is much different from when I played, but it just seems like our students are here in full force really, really early before the game. They set the tone. You know, they razz the opponent. They get our guys, you know, fired up. They're here, you know, 90 minutes before the tip, and that says a lot about their commitment to our team. And it's a great feeling when you walk through that tunnel, and you know every chair is filled. And it doesn't take very long when you watch all the different basketball games on television to see that we have something special, because a lot of places there are a lot of empty seats.
Brandon had 2 really good games, or 3 good games to start the season, and Dee came back last game, and so it was easy to see how they sort of worked together, although Brandon did have some foul trouble. So do you have like how do you envision them kind of playing with each other, or do you have like a concrete plan of how they'll go forward?
I think they'll play very well off one another. You know, Brandon's problems were self-inflicted. He fouled and couldn't get in a rhythm. And so, you know, he didn't play nearly the amount of minutes that we would have liked, but, you know, he was sort of handcuffed with the fouls. He's got to do a better job, you know, playing defense without fouling, as do the rest of us. But he got off to a tough start, and, you know, sometimes it happens when you're a freshman. Heck, sometimes it happens when you're a senior. But, you know, to be able to bounce back in the second half, I thought he did a pretty good job. And he's got to, you know, just be that everyday guy for us. But they'll play very well together. They're 2 really good on-the-ball defenders. They can create for their teammates. They can get in the lane. And, you know, that's why we started them against Moorhead, because we felt like those 2 together were tough to match up with.
In November basketball, you know, teams will be playing a lot of different lineups. You know, guys will be trying to figure out where they fit on the floor together. But at the same time, these are games that count, you know, towards your resume as the season goes on. Is that a tough balance as a coach, trying to figure out a team identity, who you are, at the same time trying to, you know, beat some good teams on the schedule at the same time?
Well, I don't think our identity changes. You know, maybe our personnel may change from time to time, but it's there's an easy formula to get on the floor here at Xavier. You know, play hard, defend with a lot of energy, and rebound the ball, be unselfish on offense. And if you do that to the best of your ability, you'll earn minutes. So the identity of our team stays the same. Who fills those shoes in terms of creating that identity may be a little different. But we're a deeper team than we were a year ago, and that's a good thing.
Landon's supposed to be out 4 to 6 weeks. That was the estimate. Do you think it's he's ahead of schedule, or 6 weeks might be it?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit early to tell. I do know that his surgery went really well. He had minimal swelling. I think he's on a little bit faster pace maybe than Miles. So, again, when that projects him actually being out on game night, I don't know. But, I think it'd probably be closer to 4 than 6. But, again, there's still some rehab to determine that.